Coach, I'm sure you liked a lot, didn't like some. What were your overall thoughts out there?
Good and bad on both sides. I thought we had some guys make some good individual plays. Disappointed that we gave up some big plays on defense, but equally as happy as that we were able to make some. We just got to tackle better. There were some plays that the offense broke. That we didn't get them stopped. We had a chance to tackle them the first time, and credit to guys like Woolfolk, who broke some tackles, and Kel Walker, and there were some other guys too. And then on offense, I'd like to eliminate the negative yardage plays. We got knocked back a couple of times. We got sacked a couple of times, just turning guys loose, not blocking a guy we were supposed to. Those are the things that we got to do better fundamentally, and then controlling our assignments a little better. We had a few errors there, and probably more with the guys that haven't played as much. But the film will tell a lot, and that's why it's always good to have these kinds of scrimmages.
You mentioned the missed tackles, but sometimes in scrimmages it's not surprising to see maybe the defense have an upper hand over the offense. Do you look at the offense's success, their execution, or breakdowns in the defense?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. It's just standing back there behind and watching. I can't see all of them, and that's why we film it. We'll really get a chance to have a discerning eye on everything that's going on when we watch it on tape as a staff.
Thoughts on Woolfolk and how he played?
I'm really proud of him, but I thought he's had a good camp, so it didn't surprise me. He's really come on, especially this week, and has been taking reps with the ones throughout the week along with Andy Davidson. I thought he had a nice scrimmage.
Him being the guy against Temple, if
he could be, but I'd feel confident putting any one of those four guys in there. Masick and Slomka, they've been running the ball hard too.
One thing you wanted to see from the scrimmage was just guys being able to get in the right spot without having coach telling them, "We'll line up correctly." Is that something you kind of saw today that was positive?
We did pretty good. I mean, I had to go out there on some of the special teams and move some guys around, and I'd much rather have them be able to get lined up on their own. A few of those guys were young guys doing it for the first time, and we're a little untraditional in terms of the way we punt the ball, our formations. So to get lined up to our punt formations is a little tough in the first scrimmage when we don't practice against our own punt formations. We really start to get prepared for what we're going to face this year, and so today was really the first test on that. But we'll get that squared away before the first time we play, I'm sure.
How much growth have you seen from the team between day one at camp and now, whether it's just things as simple as getting down more plays in the playbook or knowing their assignments?
I think more than anything, just welcoming the rookies into camp and for our guys to really develop a team. They go through the whole spring with none of the freshmen. They go through the whole summer where it's just the veteran players. And then all of a sudden, August 1st, you got 50 rookies sitting in the room, and some of those guys are going to contribute, and they really become a part of the brotherhood, and it's fun to see that develop more than anything else. But I think we've improved just in terms of our ability to execute and to play fundamentally sound.
Did you like what you saw from quarterbacks, Ahmad, and then especially all the freshmen?
Oh, I think all of them did some good things, and they all made some nice runs and some good decisions, and a couple of them made some bonehead mistakes that will get corrected. But all of those guys are doing a nice job, and I tell you, they're really well coached. Mitch does a great job getting those guys prepared.
Coach Price Holland was starting at center for most of your first team. How do you feel he's developing as a first-string center?
It's good to have him back. He's a good leader in that room, and you'd love for the guy that plays that position to be a leader for that unit. Josh Boylan's been frankly banged up a little bit and hasn't practiced as much the last few days. He was in there today. We gave Bryce the reps with the ones, but when Bryce had his helmet come off, we had Josh go right back in there. And I think either one of those guys could be the center, and if they're not, they're likely going to get some time somewhere else and share time with those guys at guard and those kinds of things. They're both good players, both tough kids. So I'm sure they're both going to find themselves in a game.
And on the defense, you've got a lot of veterans and seniors on the team. How do you feel like they are maturing and coming together again as a unit?
It's always an interesting, it's always interesting for me to kind of recognize who steps out of the senior pack and really takes ownership in terms of being a leader. Sometimes it's the guys that you least expect. I've seen Steve Johnson transform in the course of 1 year from this time last year to now. He's done a great job with leadership. He's very professional in the way he comes to practice every day and to meetings, and great example for the young guys. Got hurt in camp. We're hoping he's going to get healthy, but has improved so much. I don't know if I've seen a guy improve so much from his junior year to his senior year as Steve has done. So, and there's a lot of those guys in there. A lot of those guys that really could rely on older guys last year that recognize the need for leadership and are stepping out of the pack to do that.
Coach, what will you work on the next couple of weeks as you get closer to the opening night against Temple?
We'll work on fundamentals over and over and over again, and that's the only way we'll give ourselves a chance to win, is to be fundamentally sound in everything we do and try to be really tough. And if we can do that, then I think we'll give ourselves the best chance to win.
Coach, how about Kel Walker today? Thank you, Ben.
I thought Kel did a nice job. He played in our prep school last year. We were really excited about him moving into the big locker room this year. He's a physical kid. He's not quite 200 pounds, but one of our faster guys. He probably a year or two from now may grow into being a guy that could even be a B-back. I think he's got that kind of frame, but to have a 196, 198 pound guy playing slot that runs pretty good and is physical, it's nice to have a freshman like that. He's got a ways to go in terms of figuring out the offense, and though he played at the prep school and it's the same offense, it still takes time. But I thought he made some nice runs today, and after the first run where he kind of got tackled by one guy heading toward the sideline, we talked to him about trying to stay in bounds and trying to fight for extra yards, and I think next couple of times he had the ball, he really made a conscious effort to try to cut back and find more green grass, and so he's going to have to get better and be coachable. But every year there's going to be guys like Kel Walker that are freshmen that you find just physically are able to help you as a team, and you got to find ways to get him in the game, and he's probably one of those guys.
Coach, any schedule on Chris Carter's return to training?
No, he tried to run just yesterday. It was still a little bit tight, and so we're going to back off and let him rest some more. It'll likely be another week before we get him back in practice.
Thank you, Coach.